everybody. Welcome. It's Bonnie with curlygirlcrafter here in Colorado. This is Flosstube number 7 and it's 20th of September 2021. I hope everyone is doing well. Here in Colorado it's a nice, a little bit cooler day today. However, we do have a fire burning in the foothills from where I live up here north. So I hope they're getting that under control because it's really kind of breezy today, which is not good for a fire. So that seems to be an ongoing thing lately with the fires. Let's see. I don't know anything interesting. My husband and I celebrated our 28th anniversary, wedding anniversary last week on the 11th. That was fun. He got me some flowers and I meant to bring them up. I might have to just pause this and go run and get them. They are so beautiful. If you guys are looking for flowers and that are quality, that last, and that are very reasonable, that are cut flowers, Trader Joe's, they have amazing flowers. I wanted to talk about the great floss drop trade that Michelle is doing from Mama Loves You GB. I think I'm going to do that. I hope it's not too late. I don't know if any of you guys out there, any of my watchers are doing that, but if you are, I'm going to order them tonight, and so I don't know. I hope it's not too late. So if anybody else is willing to trade or wanting to trade, I would love to trade floss drop cards with you guys. So if you don't know about this, she created this hashtag. It's called, I have to always look, the Great Floss Drop, the Great Floss Drop Trade, and you get cards printed with whatever kind of photo you want on there or image, and you can use them for floss drops and trade them with everybody. And I just think it sounds like so much fun. So I'm gonna get some printed. I think it'll take about a week for them to get here, and when I get them I'll let you guys know. I'll go to that hashtag and see if anybody wants to trade. Let's see. I have not tried my new sewing machine. Somebody had asked me if I tried my pink sewing machine that I got, and I haven't tried it yet. But one of my viewers, bless her heart, her name is Mary Walloo. I'm not sure if I'm saying her name right. I'm so sorry, Mary. But she posted on there. I personally have 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 sewing machines at this point. And she proceeded to tell me that she has 12 vintage sewing machines, so I don't feel bad at all, and she made me feel better. So she's a kindred spirit. So I think that's awesome. Okay, so there's a couple things I need to grab. I'll be right back. Hold please. Okay, does anybody else have this problem? You think you're just gonna run downstairs or run somewhere really quick and do something really quick, and then the dryer's going off, the washer's going off, the dishwasher needs emptying. I don't know. I just don't know if it's just me or what, but I swear I just can't go and do one thing and get it done. I have to do like 50 others because I'm all over the place. Okay, so here's the beautiful flowers. They're hydrangeas, and they are like 11 days old at this point, and they're so beautiful. They're just so beautiful. Anyway, they have the best flowers there. Okay, so I wanted to share a couple, not really stitchy kindness, but some kindness of some folks that are in my life. My mom brought me some plums off of her little plum tree, and they're really good. This is all that's left. She brought a bowl of them, and this is what we have left, and they're very good. I love all the fresh fruit and vegetables. And then my friend Colette, she has an apple tree, and look at these beautiful apples. We've eaten some of them, and I've used some of them to make this apple coffee cake that I make, and I've made a couple of them and frozen a couple, but wasn't that so generous of her. So she brought these by, and she also brought by, I don't know what you call a person that does pottery, a potterist, I don't know. Anyway, she does pottery, and she makes beautiful things, and she brought me a beautiful thing. Look how beautiful this is. It's so professional and gorgeous. Look at it. It's so pretty. I just love it. She signed it on the bottom, put the year, and look down inside. there's even like a swirl in the bottom. Isn't that so pretty? I love it. I love it. I love her. Thank you. Okay, so I got that. Love it. I meant to put a drink in it and I forgot. I'm just, you know, I try to get organized. And then my mom went out to California to visit her cousin Joan, and she brought me back some truffle seasoning. I love truffle seasoning, and either you love it or you don't love it. And I love it. It's the best. I like it on popcorn, avocado toast, I don't know, everything. So anyway, I just had to share those things because they're fun. It's fun. Okay, I'm afraid I'm gonna knock these flowers off. I think I better set them up here out of the way. Okay. Now, what else did I want to talk about? Thank you for everyone for joining me. I read everyone's comments. I try to comment on everybody's comment. Sometimes it won't let me comment on a comment. I don't know why. It's the weirdest thing. But I read everybody's comment and I comment. So I do appreciate it and I love reading them all. Thank you for subscribing. If you're not a subscriber, please be a subscriber. It's just very helpful. And comment. We love the comments too. Okay, moving on to some stitchy stuff. Hi, Apollo. Do you need a cookie? Apollo's here. He thinks he needs a cookie. And then we'll move on to some, come on up here and I'll get you a cookie. Come on, come up and say hi. Come on, up. There you go. Okay, yeah, you're a good boy. Get up here in your chair. Okay, so let's move on to some stitchy stuff. I was pretty pleased with my progress this week on all my crafty stuff. So this is a channel about my cross stitch journey. I'm new back to cross stitch and I am loving every minute of it, loving all the new patterns that are available. And then sometimes I have some wool stuff. I try to show something, even if it's just a previous wool project, and some quilting. So I'll continue on. Okay, so I have my porch stitch is what I call it. And after dinner in the evenings, my husband and I go out back and we sit my project bag from Fat Quarter Shop. And we let the dog run around and I try to stitch on something. And so I like to take something out that is like one color, easy to do. And so what I've been working on, where's my pattern? Oh, here it is. It's called Icy Red. I'm sorry, it's called a chart. I'm a quilter starting, so I call them a pattern instead of a chart. It's called Icy Red. And I'm loving it. I made a lot of progress on it. Been outside a lot. Pretty happy with it. I changed what was right here. What was right here was an over one, and since I stitch on Ada, I had to take that over one out because it would have been way too big, and I moved this little motif up here. I don't know if I can show you here. So, gosh darn, it's really hard to see. Yeah, right here is where the over one was, and so I moved the motif that was over here up. And this whole row here I'm dropping, it's over one. And then this alphabet up here I'm also dropping, it's over one. And I'm gonna put some other motifs in, move them up. There's a dog on here, or a cat. I think it's a dog. Doesn't matter, if it's an animal, it's great. There's a couple hearts on here. So I'm gonna fill in with some of the motifs that I can pull from other places. I might put some more of those up there. So I just have to finish this alphabet here and then fill in a couple motifs here. And then my porch stitch is gonna be done. So I'm gonna need to start a new porch stitch. And I've already picked out my next one because I have loved this ever since I saw this on Mama Loves You GB. It's the zebra. Isn't this, I have loved it, loved it, loved it. If you guys want it, I'll put the link down below. It's by Erna Hiscock. And I mean, that's if you haven't watched, if you don't watch Mama Loves You GB, just go watch her, and she's amazing. I love to watch her. She probably has a link too, but I will put the link down below. You just email Erna and she'll give you her PayPal account, and you can, she'll send you the PDF. And I'm so excited to work on this. So I'm going to use, no, are these the called for? Oh, well, these are DMCs. They are the called for, I believe. And then I'm going to use 14 count espresso from Fiber on a Whim. And I love Fiber on a Whim's Ada. They're hand dyed. It's so pretty. Isn't that pretty? So I'm going to, so as soon as I finish the Icy Red sampler that I'm porch stitch, I'm going to start this, and I'm going to use that. On my Icy Red, I'm using Baked Apple, Weeks Dye Works Baked Apple. Sorry, I meant to tell you all these things. I don't know. If I don't answer a question, please just send me a message and ask me. I'm still new at this and trying to get myself organized. So anyway, this will be my next porch stitch, and I'm gonna have to probably start calling it something else besides my porch stitch, because you know, it's starting to get dark sooner now because we don't eat till like 6 or 6:30, and then it's getting dark and I can't see where it's gonna start getting cooler. So I'm gonna have to, I mean, I can still do my after dinner stitch, but I'm gonna have to call it something else. I don't know. I like to call it my porch stitch. Maybe when the snow's flying, I'll still call it my porch stitch just because it'll be fun. Okay. Oh, I was gonna make a comment about this hoop. So, several people have already bought some from me off my Etsy shop, and thank you for everyone who supported my little Etsy shop. I appreciate that. But this hoop is a Morgan hoop. It's a lap stand, and they sell other hoops, but if you want the lap stand, make sure you buy the ones that can connect, because they sell just single hoops. But the one that's on my site is, you get a 5, a 7, and a 9, and then you get the little connector stands that connect them, and you can interchange them, you know, whichever two you want to use. I have a couple sets of these because I'm constantly switching things around. And I know you can buy like a set of 2 or a set of 2, just get the 3, okay? It's just easier. Somebody told me they were trying to find like the connector one, and you can't buy just one hoop that has the connector holes. So just make sure you get what you want if you decide to get the stand. But I really like this because I do not, my hand gets tired of holding a hoop. And I seriously set this on my lap or on a table, and then I can 2-hand stitch. So I love that hoop so much. Okay. Oh, that Fiber on a Whim fabric that was in the zebra one, I got an order from, that came from an order that I got from, let's see, I wrote her name down so I could tell you guys. Spun Sugar Quilts on Etsy, and I got some other Adas that are hand dyed, and they're gorgeous. I'm just gonna go through. This is a Picture This Plus, and that's an 18 count. This is a 16 count Fiber on a Whim Cafe Latte, I don't know how you say it. It has a hint of green in it. This is a 14 count Pumpkin Ada Fiber on a Whim. It's a little brighter than I thought it was gonna be, but it's fine. I might do like some black work on it for Halloween. Then I have a 16 count Fiber on a Whim Night Sky. Pretty. I'm thinking Halloween, of course. 18 count Milk and Honey Fiber on a Whim. $14 count Latte Ada Fiber on a Whim. Did I already say that one? Some of them I bought 2 different counts, like a 14 and a 16. This is, yeah, so this is the 16 count Ada, the Latte. 14 count Night Sky. So see, I got several. I would get a 14 and a 16 or an 18 and a, I just got them so I'd have them. 14 count Cafe. So see, this is another one, a 14 count. So she has some great hand-dyed Adas if you're interested. Again, I'll link her below. Her Etsy shop is, where can I find it? Spun Sugar Quilts. So I got a little haul there with some fabric. Okay, now let's see the next project. These are my whips. Project bag. Oh my gosh, you guys, project bags. I gotta stop for a while on the whole project bag thing. It's getting crazy. Okay, Midnight Watch from Blackbird Designs. I started this a couple weeks ago, and I have to just show you this. I have this in this bag because Blackbird Designs also created a quilt that is very similar, and I just have to show you that because I think the quilt is beautiful. I want to make it. Okay, so here we go. Let me get my little booklet out. So my little book has my projects in it, and then I can tell you about it. I love keeping track of what my projects are. Okay, so this is Midnight Watch. It's a 14 count Ada vintage taupe. Okay, I'm using the called for DMC and a few of the called for Weeks Dye Works, and this is my progress. My friend Yvonne is stitching this with me. I'm not sure how far she is. I think she started it. I can't remember. She said she was gonna pull it out and work on it, but I don't remember. I can't remember. Okay, so very happy with that. Love it. Love this project. Okay. The next project that I've been working on, project bag, not my project bag, but isn't it cute, is Kathy Barrick Bearing Gifts. Okay, we gotta have a talk about this project. I love this project. Love her dress. Look at the flowers on her dress and the strawberry. I don't know why. This just gives me Thanksgiving feel, or not Thanksgiving, fall, kind of fallish feels. I think because of the colors and the squirrel. So I kind of am accounting it as a fall project. Okay, so I'm doing this on a 14 count vintage oat Ada, and I love this Ada. And so here's my progress. I've actually made quite a bit of progress on here. Did the house. I still have to put the chimneys up at the house and this leafy thing. And I started her sleeve over here. So I was complaining about the coverage on a project I had done a couple weeks ago. And somebody said to me, oh, well, you know, sometimes I do 3 strands when I do like 14 count Ada. And I thought, and this is a 14 count Ada. And I thought, well, okay, I'm going to try that. I'm going to try the 3 strands on here. I do like the coverage. It's nice. It covers very, very well. A lot. But I don't like stitching it. I don't like dealing with the 3 threads. Or the 3 strands. It gets tangled easier, even though I run it through some beeswax. Tangled easier. I even tried shorter threads. It's really frustrating me. So I probably won't do 3 strands again, unless it's like a really large count, like a 10 count maybe. So I won't be doing it again. And I'm traveling all over the place. I have knots on the back from, I was just getting frustrated. And I don't want to be frustrated, because that's why I stopped stitching with linen, because I got frustrated because I couldn't see. So I'm not gonna probably do 3 strands again. I'm gonna try to get this finished so I can be done with it. I have made a mistake, guys. So in here is a mistake, and it's too far this way. And so my strawberry is gonna have a problem. So, and of course I've already started this. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna tear this out, because if I tear this out, then I have to tear out the bottom of her dress down here that I started. So I'm either gonna take this out, and it's just the 3 thread thing. It's just really throws me, and I have a mess on the back, and I don't want to tear it out. So I might just have to fudge something a little bit, which I'm kind of good at because I'm used to fudging stuff. I always make mistakes in my quilting too. Okay, so using most of the called for DMCs and a couple weeks dye works in there, I think. The colors are pretty. I can't wait to finish it because I want to be done with the 3 strands, which kind of, I'm sad about that, but it's okay. I tried it, I'll finish it, and I gotta move these flowers. I'm gonna knock them over. They're in a bad spot. Okay. All right, this next project is Olga's Autumn Stocking from Blackbird Designs. This is a new start. So my friend Yvonne, she's working on that midnight watch, and she said, hey, because we're doing that, we should also work on Olga's Autumn Stocking. And I said, well, yeah, of course. So this is my, look at this project bag I made for Halloween. Aren't they cute? So this is one of the bags I finished recently. Cute scissors, gotta show you. Whoops, they're magnetized. Look at my needle, stick into it. I forgot to show you my scissors in my other bags. I love scissors, you guys. I gotta show the scissors. Oh, I know. I have these new ones that I bought to put in my red work. Ooh, there's a wasp outside the window. He smells the flowers. Or is it a bee? I think it's a bee. He's trying to get to the flowers I have in the window. That's really funny. So I bought some red scissors to go with my red work. Look, aren't they pretty? I love them. Anyway, I love scissors. I'm gonna add some new scissors to my Etsy shop. Those are gonna go on the Etsy shop too. I think there's 3 new kinds. I love scissors. Okay, so I had to share those with you guys. So now on to, okay, we're gonna have a conversation about this project too. So this is Olga's Autumn Stocking from Plum Street Samplers. I put all my working copies into plastic sleeves because I have them in notebooks. They're just easier for me. Okay, and so most of the called for colors, I think these are all the called for colors. Mostly, well, there's some DMC and Weeks Dye Works and a Classic Colorworks. It's got a little medley of all the colors, or all the thread brands. Okay, there's my threads. Now, so I originally showed you guys this project last video, and I said I was gonna stitch it on this 16 count ivory. And the more I started looking at it, and I got, you know, the threads show up very nicely on here. Love them, they look pretty, but it's so stark. It's really just not me. I'm more of a primitive kind of gal, I guess, or a, I don't know, rough and tumble. I don't know how you would say it, but it was just too stark. So I texted my friend Yvonne and I said, what are you cinching yours on? And she said, well, I'm using a natural linen. She uses linens. And she sent me a picture and it looked really pretty. And then I started looking, I thought, well, maybe I want to just dye a piece like a smoky color. So I took this ivory and I dyed it with charcoal gray and some black that I dumped in there, Rit dye. And I like that. It came out really kind of cool. I even have it cut to do my stocking, but then I decided I did not want to do my stocking on this. So now that's the second piece of Ada I was going to do my stocking on, and thought, no, I'm not going to. So got rid of the black. Then I found in my stash, and I'm gonna have to find my notebook here, this hand-dyed, let's see, what is it called? I think I wrote it down. Oh yeah, here it is. It's an 18 count walnut from Vintage Needle Arts, and now I love it. I love how this is looking. I don't have a very huge start, but I do have a little bit. So that's the bottom of the stocking. It's the pumpkin down here. So I started down here, and I don't know why I started down here. Usually I start in the upper left corner, but I didn't do that. I don't know, I was drawn to start it here for whatever reason. I usually start in the upper left corner. Every once in a while I start in the center if it's like I can't find a good spot. But I don't know, I just thought I needed to start it there, so that's where I started that one. And I already showed you my threads. So that one, I'd really like to make some more progress, but Yvonne's like, she started up at the top because I know she has some birds done on it and some leaves. Oh, I was just thinking, I know she has a good start on that Midnight Watch one because she was asking me about the color for the cat that she was doing. Okay, anyway, let's move on. So that's all the stitching that I worked on. I'm thinking that this next couple weeks, oh my gosh, you guys, if you don't have this book from Blackbird Designs, it's Winds of Autumn. I want to make every single thing in here. I mean, I knew it had good stuff in it, but when I started pulling out autumn charts to look out of things to start, everything in here. Look at the house on this. Look at the bricks. Isn't that cool? Okay, but the one I want to start, let me find it. It's the one with the crow in here. Oh, and look at this one. Mighty Oaks from Little Acorns Grow. I love that too. Oh, I want to make everything in here. Where is it? That's not it. Oh, the samplers that are in here are just beautiful, and there's a couple. There's a drum. I know most of, and I know a lot of people have seen this one. I want to do that one too. That's so cute. Okay, where is the? Oh, here it is. So it's a strawberry. I don't know if I'll make it into a strawberry, but the crow, look at the crow. He has like quilt blocks on his wings, like motifs that are like quilt blocks to me, in his checkered chest. So I really want to make that one. So I'm going to pull everything out to at least kit it up because, you know, I just want to do all the things. Here's another picture of it. Look at his wing. It's so pretty. So those are, I'm going to put these into my plans for the next couple weeks and pull everything and at least have a little start on that. I mean, you know, just keep starting the things, right? Okay, so I had a little bit of haul this past couple weeks. I'm having trouble keeping track of what I've showed you and what I've not. I think I got it organized. Okay, so Hocus Pocus from the Prairie Schooler. Cute, cute, cute. And I got a couple more Prairie Schoolers. This is Old World Santas too. You guys have probably seen all these, but these are the Woodland Santas, of course. You put the animals in, and I gotta have the woodland animals. Okay, so Holiday Quaker. This one is so fun. Look at this. With the, hi buddy, what you doing? And remember, last video I showed you Peter Pan Quaker. This is a Mary Poppins Quaker. So cute. Look at, there's the umbrella. This is Jane and Michael. Oh, I love Mary Poppins. There's another Mary Poppins one I want to get. There's the penguin, or at least one of the penguins. So those were my charts that were haul. Thought I'd share with you. And do you have to go out, buddy? Okay, so I'm going to share now the project bags that I finished up the past couple weeks. I had a good start on them, but I needed the vinyl, and I got 3 yards of vinyl. Used every single part of it, and it's 60 wide, I think. It was ridiculous. Anyway, I made, see, I wrote it down. I completed 26 project bags past couple weeks. Now, granted, over half those, I'm sorry, I have to let the dog out. Okay, it's always something, isn't it? Project bags. So I've completed 26 the past couple weeks, but I'm sending some to my sister Chrissy in Cincinnati and then some to my daughter in Baltimore. So, and then I kept a few for myself, but here's kind of an overview of what I did. just thought I'd share real quick. They're just so fun to make, and like I always say, all these fun fabrics that you just don't have a clue what to do with. They make great project bags, and I plan on filling them all full of projects. Let me just tell you. Let's see. So I made a little collection of Christmas ones because I figured Christmas is coming. I really need to do some fall ones, but I only did like 2 Halloween-y type ones. Look at the ugly Christmas sweaters. Aren't they funny? Look at the polka dot. Love the polka dot with the ugly Christmas sweaters. I had this panel, a couple of these panels that I cut up. See, I only had, so I had to adapt the size because it was only a certain size, but they're easy to adapt to the size of the fabric you have. Here's some, you know, crazy Santa's camping. These fun trees. This doesn't have to be Christmas, I guess. It could just be bright, fun. It's like some ice skaters. Okay, so made those. Okay. So one other thing I'm going to share with you about stitching. So in my Etsy shop, I am doing an advent calendar for people that are interested in a stitching advent calendar. It all comes in this plastic mesh bag. There's 24 days, and they come in like these stamped little envelopes. There's 24. There will be included 6 gifts. Is that right? Yes, 6 gifts. So like maybe scissors or, you know, stitchy things. And then there will be 18 skeins of Weeks Dye Works. So if you're interested, go check it out. I just thought it would be fun to put together. So, and they're all in here. They'll all come in here. Fun, fun. Last year I looked for an advent calendar that I wanted to do and I couldn't find one I was really interested in. But I thought I'm gonna make a stitchy one because it'd be fun to have somebody make a stitchy one for you, right? Okay, so I have a couple wool things. I don't have anything new that I'm working on, but I have a couple previous finishes that I wanted to share with you. So my mom made me this a couple years ago. It's a little witch hat and it's a little tiny pin cushion. But isn't it cute? Look at the buttons on there. So I brought that from my sewing room to share. And then she also made me, this isn't really wool, but it's, I need to sew this bird on better. He's kind of fallen off. I guess this might be made out of wool. So and I have no idea what these patterns are. But, so that's another pin cushion she made for me one year. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to share with you, my daughter and I used to have a pattern company, mostly embroidery, some wool, and we actually used to attend Quilt Market and we vended, and we were in a couple magazines. We were in this one, Simply Vintage. This is an older issue. This is actually the French issue. This is before they started publishing in English, and this is from 2012, so that's how long ago it was. But her and I worked on a quilt called the Pumpkin Patch, and I'm pulling out all my fall quilts right now, so I thought I would just share with you. So if you have this issue, here it is again. This is the issue we were in, and I pulled the quilt out because I'm getting ready to put all my fall stuff up, so I thought I would share with you. If you're interested in the pattern and you don't have that magazine, I'm allowed to sell you the pattern now. It's been long enough. Oh, here's the back. And then here is the quilt. So it's a bunch of different shaped pumpkins. They're all wool. They're all made from wool, and they're stitched on homespuns and flannels. I love to hang this on the wall in the hallway down there. It looks so pretty. I made this on a quilt retreat with my friend Lynette when we went. So anyway, if you don't have that magazine, email me, I can sell you the pattern. Okay, I did not, last week I talked about I wanted to quilt this sunflower quilt. I got the backing put together and it's pinned with the batting and the backing, but I did not get it quilted. So hopefully this is on my radar. I did too much sewing of the project bag, so I didn't get this quilted, but it's ready to go. Okay, another fall quilt that I got out, just to share with you, that's a previous finish, is, and I love this cheddar color. Look how fun this is. I love this. This pattern is in a book called Lizzie's Legacy, in case somebody else wants to stitch it. It's called Croquet is the name of the pattern. And I just love this. This is like one of my favorite things. I love this color. Here's the backing. People always like to see the back. This was actually fairly easy to put together. It's not very big, but it looks great draped over a chair or on the table. Love it. Another quilt in this book I want to make that is so pretty. It's called Bird Trap. Look at this. I love that. I want to make that one too. Okay. Okay, so I have one more item to share with you, and it's a Halloween quilt. I don't have the pattern for this, and I don't like putting this pattern together. So my friend Lynette and I, we used to live across the street from each other, and we would get together and sew when we lived across the street from each other. We don't live across the street anymore. We live across town now, and nobody wants to pack up their stuff and move and go to somebody's house with all their stuff anymore. Anyway, I don't remember the name of this pattern. We made this pattern. It's a Civil War pattern, and it's gorgeous. It turned out absolutely gorgeous. Look at all the different rows. This is unquilted, so I'm just trying to show. It's hard to get it all in here. Okay, so we made this quilt, and it didn't go together the easiest. The directions were fine, but the piecing techniques were not what I would like to do. Anyway, that being said, we made our Civil War versions, and I threw my pattern away because I was like, I am not making this pattern again. It was frustrating a little bit. Well, lo and behold, Lynette's like, well, hey, let's, for our next project, and this was, you know, a couple months later, or a year later, 2 years, I don't know how long. She's like, let's do that one pattern, and I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of it. She might. If anybody's desperate to know what it is, I can ask her. She's like, let's do a fall version of that. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And of course, you know, you're like, okay, let's do it. You're right. I mean, it turned out really pretty. So I made mine Halloween. Hers is more fallish, I believe. So I had to, of course, get the pattern again. And I threw it away after I made this one because I didn't want to make it. I'm like, I'm done. I'm not doing another version of it. So here's the Halloween version of it. This one's quilted. So I was getting this one out and I'm like, oh, you guys might enjoy seeing the same pattern done with different fabrics. So this is the Halloween version. And we're done with that. Well, that is all that I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate everyone's support and everyone that's been joining me. And I think I'm just gonna end it here, and I'll see you guys in a couple weeks. And thank you so much. Be kind to one another and be kind to yourself. It's a rough world out there. We can all use a little kindness. Bye.